Hello everyone, this is Erik, the Asian movie enthusiast, and this is my review of This Is Not What I Expected, a romantic comedy that is a Hong Kong-China co-production. A 29-year-old woman, played by Zhou Dongyu, is a chef who works in a high-class hotel. And after a financial crisis hits the business, she risks losing her job when the new owner takes over. Now, in this state of distress, she meets a picky and arrogant businessman played by Takeshi Kaneshiro, who is there to arrange the takeover. Now, romance and cuisine mix when this perpetually dissatisfied hotel executive is surprised by this girl's cooking skills. Now, they become an odd couple despite their wildly different personalities, bonding over their love for food. But will business get in the way of their delicious romance? So, like most romantic comedies, this movie relies heavily on its two lead actors, and in this case, that's a good thing, because we have two fantastic leads to carry this movie along. Takeshi Kaneshiro looks young, but this guy's been around for a while, right? A few of his earlier appearances were in Wong Kar-wai's films, Chungking Express from 1994, and Fallen Angels from 1995, and then he went on to appear in a handful of other very entertaining films like Lost and Found from 1996, Hero from 97, Space Travelers from 2000, Turn Left, Turn Right from 2003, Kate 20, Legend of the Mask from 2008, and Wuxia from 2011, among others. He's of Taiwanese and Japanese descent and is also multilingual, which makes him a nicely versatile actor who can hold his own in roles from multiple countries. So this guy's pretty talented. His performance in This Is Not What I Expected is one of my personal favorites from him because he's just so lively in this, and his comedic timing is really top-notch in this one. I may be biased in this regard because, we're talking about a guy who loves to eat at high-end restaurants, which is one of my personal vices. The restaurants that he eats at and the foods that he enjoys is the kind of stuff that is kind of up my alley, you know what I mean? Very fancy and high-quality stuff, you know what I mean? So I totally relate to this guy's obsession. But he's far more demanding than I am when going to restaurants. He's also very funny, though, in his eccentric behavior regarding cuisine. His reactions to the food that he eats is very entertaining. His character is surprisingly likable, despite the fact that he makes trouble, a lot of trouble, for our female lead, who is played by Zhou Dongyu. And as great as Kaneshiro is in this movie, Dongyu is an absolutely fabulous actress in this. I am now officially a huge fan of this actress. My goodness, where to start with this girl? You have some of my favorite actresses have the unique ability to be very expressionistic in their performance without being annoying at all. Just absolutely, totally charming. And Zhou Dongyu has that talent in spades. Her screen presence and charisma are just through the roof in this. Her line deliveries are fantastic, her facial expressions are hilarious, and she has a lot of range in terms of emotion, too. She's exactly the kind of actress who can elevate a romantic comedy, and that's exactly what she does in This Is Not What I Expected. I love her in this. She's great. Now, some other positives to point out is that there are, many delicious foods on display. By now that I'm a fan of this kind of thing. You get meats, pastas, egg-based dishes, fish, desserts, etc. They are mostly presented in a montage format, meaning that, they do not really explain in great detail how the dishes are prepared, but it's entertaining regardless. There's a really funny montage sequence involving egg dishes, where everyone breaks out some kind of a dance move. That scene was delightfully random. One of my favorite scenes of the film for some reason. I thought it was neat. Now, regarding possible flaws, the story is somewhat predictable. Things do get a bit silly in typical rom-com fashion, right? But the lead performances are so good that they make this film a lot of fun to watch. Especially if you're in the mood for something, light, breezy, and purely enjoyable. This one could hit the spot, and it really hit the spot when I saw it. This Is Not What I Expected is currently available on Netflix streaming in the United States, and I definitely recommend it. especially if you're a fan of romantic comedies or you just want something that's fun to watch that revolves around food and has two fantastic leads to drive it along. And as always, we'll see you next time.